You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Love the life you live. Live the life you love. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. None but ourselves can free our minds. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver or gold. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Engage people with what they expect. It is what they are able to discern and confirms their projections. Live for yourself and you will live in vain. Live for others and you will live again. In this bright future, you can't forget your past. The people who were trying to make this world worse are not taking the day off. Why should I? Wheels of justice grind slow but grind fine. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. When one door is closed, don't you know that many more are open? The day you stop racing is the day you win the race. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. Your perception will become clear only when you can look into your soul. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not, will be victorious. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Know yourself and you will win all battles. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. When strong, avoid them. If of high morale, depress them. Seem humble to fill them with conceit. If at ease, exhaust them. If united, separate them. Attack their weaknesses. Emerge to their surprise. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. I feel it is the duty of one who goes his own way to inform society of what he finds on his voyage of discovery. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. The most intense conflicts, if overcome, leave behind a sense of security and calm that is not easily disturbed. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. With courage you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. The secret of success is making your vocation your vacation. A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. The lack of money is the root of all evil. The most interesting information comes from children, for they tell all they know and then stop. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. The way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are 2 of the surest stepping stones to success. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Don't be afraid of enemies who attack you. Be afraid of the friends who flatter you. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. It isn't what you have, who you are, where you are, or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. Actions speak louder than words, and a smile says, "I like you. You make me happy. I am glad to see you." When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotion. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. The royal road to a man's heart is to talk to him about the things he treasures most. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Flaming enthusiasm, backed up by horse sense and persistence, is the quality that most frequently makes for success. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. You can measure the size of a person by what makes him or her angry. Talk to someone about themselves, and they'll listen for hours. If you can't sleep, then get up and do something instead of lying there worrying. It's the worry that gets you, not the lack of sleep. Act enthusiastic, and you will be enthusiastic.